Hi everybody, my name is Rod Sinks. We've been doing Periscope sessions every Thursday or so here for the last couple months, and today we're going to talk about Main Street Cupertino. And Main Street isn't literally the name of a street, it's a development. People in town have often asked me, or said, why don't we meet in downtown Cupertino, and everybody scratches their head for 5 seconds after you say that, and then they laugh because we don't really have a downtown. We are trying to get a center of town on the east side here, and this development really constitutes a major portion of that. This is Main Street Cupertino, and it's been developed by Sandhill Property, and it's here starting in just a very few months. And I thought it'd be fun today to take a little tour through this site, which is still a construction site. So there are places we can't get into. We may be told to keep away from the opening of the garage, as we just were as we walked over there. But I thought it'd be fun for you all to get a first look at this development, which has been, a construction site for about 2 years. And I have with me today Mike Rohde from Sandhill Property, who's the general manager here, as well as Nandy, Kumar, who is a Cupertino resident, but has been overseeing construction on this project. So Mike is mic'd up and I'm mic'd up, so hopefully you'll be able to hear both of us. So we are on Vallco Parkway right now, standing right in Vallco Parkway. We are just south of Apple Campus 2. So immediately on the other side of the freeway here, 280 is where Apple Campus 2 is going up, that very large circular building. And this project really showcases our intention as a city to get a great mixed-use project, which includes some residential, some office, but mostly what our residents care about is a lot of good new restaurant options and retail. There's also a hotel, and we're going to be taking a swing through here. If you want to see what this thing looks like when completed, you can go to YouTube and Google Cupertino State of the City Address 2015, scroll maybe a quarter of the way in, and you'll see a wonderful rendering of Main Street. And when we put this into post-production and post it on our city channel and up on our website, after this live broadcast is concluded, we will splice in the footage from that State of the City address so you can see what this looks like in an artist's rendering. Main Street features 130,000 square feet of retail and restaurants, a community square built as a fun place to meet and to enjoy entertainment both day and night, 120 loft-style and live-work apartments, a hotel with 180 rooms and 6,000 square feet of banquet and conference facilities, and 274,000 square feet of Class A office space in 2 adjacent buildings. And above retail, also, the latter intended as incubator space for startups. Now let's see what the project may look like when completed. We'll sweep down along Vallco Parkway, then along North Tantau Avenue, and along Stevens Creek Boulevard, and come inside to talk about just of the few businesses moving in soon. We're arriving at the town square. This restaurant is Panino Guisto from Milan, offering made-to-order panini. And at the other end of the square, Phil's Coffee, already creating a buzz in Cupertino. Behind it is Meat Fresh, offering Taiwanese desserts. Here are the loft-style and live-work apartments. On the left is the Marriott Residence Inn. Straight ahead is Life Restaurant, offering healthy fare. Next on our right is Rootstock Wine Bar. And then Eureka, an American diner, also serving craft beers. And the Lazy Dog, inspired by a Jackson Hole ski lodge serving American fare. We've just passed TD Ameritrade on your right, and we're now at the office buildings at the very eastern end of Main Street. But now we're going to take a look at the real thing. And Mike, what do we have behind us here?
Well, we've got the brand new parking structure that's just about to be open, and we're pretty close to getting the final occupancy. And once that happens, the other restaurants will follow suit pretty quickly. Our first restaurant will open in mid-November.
Wow, okay. And we may be seeing that a little bit later, right?
I think we'll be able to see that restaurant.
So, you know, this parking building looks really unusually good for a parking building. How did that come about?
Well, Nandy, why don't you talk about that?
You're going to have to give him your mic.
Well, it was designed as a regular parking structure, and then during the process of city council meetings and DRB meetings and stuff, the city requested that we needed something more than just being a parking structure. It needs to be, it needs to look better. It's in the Apple residential and the office areas, so it needs to look better. So we came up with some designs to satisfy the look of this garage, not to look as of a garage, but more so as that of an office building per se. So working together with the city staff, we came up with this design, and city staff had a lot of input in this to make this thing what it looks today. And then we took it to the council, and the council liked it.
Yeah. So I have to say, I'm really pleased with the design features here and how they came out. It really looks like a really nice building, and it's a nice addition, nice front on Vallco Parkway. So why don't we keep walking back past the entrance to the garage. And Mike, you were telling me about some of the features of this garage that let you try to manage traffic and parking here. Can you
this garage has a parking count system, and we can take a quick look inside.
Okay.
And
let's do that.
You can see that we will know on just about every level what kind of car counts we have available or parking spots we have available. We don't have them on the top level, but on the 4 levels we have them. It's a 7-level parking garage, 2 levels subterranean, and 5 levels up.
So what are all these green and red LEDs that I see up?
These are the car counters. So every time a car parks in one of those parking spaces, it tells whether there's a car there or not. And if it's empty, it shows that it's empty.
Pretty cool.
Let me add to that. These lights have, the red means it's occupied, and you can see that this forklift is sitting there, so it's showing red. And then there's green, and there's also for ADA, it's got the blue. And all these things are tied to a signboard on the entrance to these garage, where it gives counts of cars, how many spaces open, how many spaces occupied on each of the floors.
Cool. Do we have some places for EV charging in here?
Yes.
How many? Where are they?
There are some over there you could see. There's about 30 some odd.
30 places for EV charging. Well, I drive a Volt, so I guess I'll be able to come over here.
There you go.
And
You'll be able to use it.
Yep. Great. Let's keep going. And why don't you talk to us about this building across the road here?
So this is an office building. It's 120,000 square foot. There's 2 of them like that. And this is a 4-story office building. This is with 120,000 square foot. There's 2 of them like that. And this is a 4-story office building. This is front. You will see that we have the curtain wall up tower glazing system on the building front.
Okay. Well, looks like it came out very nicely. Can we go in today?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Great.
And directly across from that, we have one of our tenants will be Ameritrade.
Okay.
And they're currently under construction.
Okay.
And they're scheduled to open in the next few months.
So it's Apple that's going to occupy these buildings, I guess, right?
That's correct. Apple
Okay.
is the tenant.
And do we know roughly when they're planning to move in?
This building, as you can see, this building, they have the TI already started.
Which
Their
means for our
tenant
viewers?
improvement work.
Okay.
The inside build out has already started,
All right.
and they're doing the work and supposed to complete by mid-December. And I was told that they're planning to occupy mid-December.
But anyway, so this is the office.
These two are the
This
office.
is 260 square feet.
60,000 square feet.
Yeah, of office. Okay, great. Why don't we walk past TD Ameritrade and into this restaurant over here? When do we think TD is occupying?
TD Ameritrade is going to open also sometime in December.
Okay.
December.
Yes.
And they're already, the next building right next to this is the Lazy Dog restaurant. And
yeah.
they're all completed, and they are getting their, they already have their opening certificate from the city.
Okay.
So they're going to start their training and friends and family and guest routines starting next week, and then they're going to open up mid-November.
Yeah, mid-November.
Now, if I remember correctly, this is the architecture and the whole theme of this restaurant is inspired by a Rocky Mountain ski lodge.
That is correct.
Right?
That is correct. They are from there. The original.
So we can go in here, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and it's on our way, so we'll do that. Office
the other
buildings
one,
are
we can
office
go
buildings,
through.
and fun restaurants are fun restaurants. So
They're locked.
let's go in here.
Let's see.
They locked.
I see a
It was open.
a bear paw on the fence there. Well, maybe we can
They
get in.
might have locked it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're already gone. Nice outdoor fireplace.
Wow, it looks like they have a bar with a lot of
Yeah.
beer on tap there, right?
Big bar area.
Are they
nice,
brewing in the? Are they brewing in here?
No, I don't think so.
Not brewing in here.
But this will be the first restaurant that will open here.
Okay.
And it's forthcoming pretty quickly.
And you could, as you could see, that there's a fireplace, like Mike Rohde said. It's a nice fireplace in the middle.
We can walk out this way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the left of us. This is going to be Eureka,
Okay.
and Eureka is just about to start their tenant improvements,
Okay.
and we anticipate them opening as quickly as possible, probably right around the first quarter.
Cool. So we can go in and see what a shell
Sure.
looks like, right?
You can you can look at what a complete shell looks like.
All right.
Exactly. So Nandy, why don't you explain to them what the demising wall is?
That demising wall is one that separates two stores. So it is a fire safety wall. It's a 2-hour wall that separates the two shops.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the other one. That's what we're building right now.
Okay.
And
So this
will
is
be-
going to be, you said the
Eureka.
Eureka, which is a brew pub, right?
It's kind of a burger and craft cocktail type
Okay.
of concept.
And
a
on
bit
the other
more.
side of the wall?
Currently we don't have that lease, but we're
Okay.
holding off to a couple spaces currently.
Okay.
We're almost completely leased, but we have maybe 10,000 square feet that's not leased at this
Out of
point.
how much of the retail?
130,000.
Okay. So 10,000 or 130,000, less than
Yeah.
10%
Yeah.
less.
So we're in pretty good shape here.
Great. Let's keep going.
Opposite is the 2-story flex buildings is what we call them. The ground floor is all retail. The
Okay.
up floor, the second floor is office space, where we have some startup companies and incubator spaces.
Okay.
We have. I think the couple of tenants who have already have come in. One of them is Pepper Data.
That's right in Sonora. That will be upstairs, and they are midstream of construction. We might be able to walk into there if you'd like to take a look at that.
And then they have in the ground floor we have retail, which is
Pyology and that's well underway, and they'll probably open by mid-December. And then currently we have a sheriff's substation that we're almost done building and furnishing.
Yeah.
So that should be up and running by the first of the year.
Cool. Can we go over and take a
Sure.
look?
Especially the substation, maybe you want to
Sure.
look.
What do we figure the staffing in that would look like by the sheriff?
Well, you know, I
It's a
think
small
that's the sheriff's sort of decision. I think this is going to be like a pop-in station where they can
Okay.
send an officer over and they can do some paperwork in there and
Satellite.
Maybe
it'll be
meet members of the public.
satellite station that
Okay.
will help
Yeah.
help monitor this property and
Cool.
other properties throughout Cupertino.
All right.
I'm gonna go this way.
That's this way over here. The sheriff's office right now is on De Anza Boulevard, right? Pretty far south.
Correct.
This'll be another
It's
piece of
what
presence on the east side.
Deanza and Prospect, I think.
Got it. And what is Pyology about?
Biology is a pizza concept, and I think it's one of those that you build your own pizza.
Okay.
This will be the sheriff's substations equipped with a restroom, and this will be set up for
Great.
like probably 3 or 4 desks that they can work
Cool.
in here and have computers
They
and
get there, all the communication and stuff. It's all. Behind this is the parking garage. Let's go this way.
Okay. So the startup space is
it's above us.
Okay.
So we'll walk through the foyer of the parking garage
Okay.
and go upstairs to
Nice.
the startups.
and there's that restaurant again. I think I love that iconic tower
Lazy
there.
Dog
A
Restaurant.
Lazy Dog. Okay.
It's quite the name. And my understanding is that you can actually bring your dog out on the patio and you can hang out with your dog
Lays.
and have a cocktail or a lunch or dinner.
Nice. And the tower over here, this clock tower, can you tell us about that off to our left
Nandy, why
here?
don't you tell them about the clock tower?
Yeah, that is one of the design features that was originally thought through with having Cupertino having the agrarian heritage. To get that agrarian look, if you look at these buildings, the way that it has come with the wood paneling and stuff up on top is supposed to reflect the stone wood feature, which is the agrarian look, to give that look. And also the clock tower is supposed to have that, in a
Yeah.
farm, to have that tower type thing with the clock. And that's what the purpose of that, and that's how it was designed.
And it's an architectural feature on the
Architectural
top, letting
feature
the
on the
light
top.
in there.
That's correct, yeah.
On the adjacent building is
That's
also
correct.
very interesting. It reminds me maybe of a farm hall or a
That's correct. It's like a,
market or
Yeah.
something. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, let's continue.
Thank you.
So this is the main street of Main Street Cupertino, and we're walking past much of the retail on the ground level and retail to our left as well. And we've got several of these restaurants already leased, and we've got Rootstock coming in, which is a very upscale wine bar. And then
That's right over here, is it?
yeah, we're working on a fine dining restaurant that's pretty close to being finalized.
Now I was down at a Rootstock in Los Gatos. Is
Yes,
it the
same one.
same company?
Yeah,
Okay.
same one.
Yeah, it was a nice experience.
Yeah,
this is
it's
the lobby
Okay.
of the garage,
Okay.
as well as to the elevators that goes to all levels of the garage. And it also connects to the second floor.
Okay.
So they could use the same elevator. And then this is the stairs.
Okay. Are we going up?
yeah, we're gonna go up.
Cool.
So again, another foyer into the garage to our left,
Okay.
and some additional office space to our right.
Got it.
In fact, management office will be over here.
Good.
It's quite the view from up here too.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we can step into the
Sure.
office space. Watch your step here.
Looks like you just finished tiling.
Yeah.
So
Well,
this
looks like a lot like a construction site.
yeah. So this office space is well underway right now, and there's another office behind that wall to your right,
Okay,
and you access that through the common hallway.
very good.
But if you look out the window here, it's quite the view of the Main Street, and when Main Street is in full bloom, it should be quite the experience to be up here working in an office.
Now, I've seen palm trees moved into place before, and the palm fronds are always put up in a bundle like that. When do you unleash them?
They're actually, as we speak, they're opening up. You would see it on the town center.
Okay, and you have a number of smaller trees here. There are a
Yeah.
lot of trees on the
Yeah.
property, right? You've planted here, grass.
Lots of trees, not only on Main Street, but out on Stevens Creek too.
Right.
So, and that Stevens Creek walkway will be a good experience for people to walk by Main Street and then walk into Main Street. The sidewalk in some cases is 20, 25 feet wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have areas where people can sit, have next to the restaurants, have outside seating, and then there's also nice big walks.
See, we're walking back down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a couple retail locations right here. In fact, as you know, Main Street is owned by Sandhill, and so is Vallco Shopping Mall, and we're bringing a few tenants over from Vallco. One of them is an optical store, and they happen to be right here to the right.
One interesting aspect here is you see this kind of a barn door thing. This again goes to the agrarian concept.
So this is a
And-
sliding garage door
Yeah,
with glass panels in
Yeah,
it.
what it calls barn doors
Okay.
is what they say.
Huh.
With the thing, it opens up.
Okay.
It's the in and out experience.
Yeah.
That you have an open space for, all these doors can do the same. You have all of
So are
them
you subdividing
can
this for a
open.
bunch of?
Yeah, it's two tenants. So,
Okay.
like I mentioned, one of our optical stores from Vallco will take the space to the right,
Okay.
and this space to the left will be Oren's Hummus, and they'll have a very unique restaurant that will spill out into a patio concept.
Okay.
So it will be quite the experience here at Main Street.
All right. Nice. And what's directly across from us over here?
Directly across from us will be a fine dining restaurant, and we're almost done with the lease. So I'll have to give you that name at a later date.
Okay.
So might be a good reason for you to come back.
A fine dining restaurant.
Fine dining restaurant for sure.
Now we're coming right onto this plaza that I remember the city council was so eager to see, a place where we could have music and fun events, afternoons and evenings.
Yeah, that's correct. This, as you can see on both sides of the square, there's this small one-level shops with a little bit of a modern look with metal panels and glass door design, architectural design. And then with the small town square with areas around for seating, a lot of plug outlets for people to sit and work, power outlets, Wi-Fi connections, and this is hooked up with speakers, so we could have public functions, and if people want to speak, it's all hooked up with speakers and stuff that we could have either music, bands and music, or any function or any.
Nice. So who do we have moving in right over here on the square?
That will be Phil's Coffee, and
Phil's,
and
okay,
to our left will be a panini concept out of Italy. And
They're from Milan, right?
yeah, they're from Milan. So we're
Like the first in the U.S. or something.
yes.
Yeah. All
So
right.
this will be a really great concept. And further in this plaza, we We anticipate doing a bike program. We'll have a very active biking program, and we'll do a bike event sometime in spring of next year.
Cool.
Late spring of next year.
All right. Does it make sense to go up this way, or is there not much to see?
There's some retail over here, and
Okay.
we've got some, we can look at these two shops, which is shops 7 and 8. And currently, directly across from us will be 85 Degree. And
Okay. Right over here. All right.
they're close to Cupertino, but this will be, I think, the first one in Cupertino.
So they're not going to move their current very popular location. They're going to just open.
Not
a
to my
second.
knowledge. This is a
Okay.
additional location.
Yeah, the place is mobbed down there, right?
It is always busy.
The end of South Piazza.
Yep.
So
And
have you announced who's coming in over here yet? The retail building over here?
Yeah, the big, there's actually 2 retail buildings and a trash compactor area there. And one is a big 21,000 square foot retail box,
Okay.
and then the other is about 7,000. The big one, the 21,000 square foot retail, is Target Express. It is the new.
What is a Target Express?
It is a new concept from Target where their people are now becoming more and more internet-based shopping.
Okay.
So they're going the new concept where there's an express store. It's a smaller store. They're seeing that the bigger stores are not being as effective as it used to be. So they're going with some smaller concepts where you get the regular size products and stuff, not the mega size products, and also many things like, all the brands they carry on the big one, but also a few others like, electronics and
Now, I've heard that the Target we have, the existing Target we have just beyond De Anza Boulevard, is one of the most highest selling, highest volume stores anywhere,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's
so
correct.
that's not going away.
That's not going away.
This
That's
is just
there.
an addition.
This is an
It's
addition.
another Target.
This is their new concept.
Okay.
They're trying this for the first time here
Really?
in California. And
All
the
right.
other one is, I think it's AT&T.
yeah, it's signed. It's
AT&T.
signed. And then there's a couple spaces here that are that we haven't leased that we're currently in negotiations for or with, and then further down, and this will be our building 8, and again another tenant that is coming from Vallco to Main Street will be Howard Shoes for Children, and
Okay.
that store is just about to start construction, and then we have directly next to them is a concept called Meat Fresh, and that's more of a dessert concept that's entering the market here.
Howard Shoes for Children.
Yes.
So it sounds like you're really making a big effort to try to relocate retailers, as it makes sense, from Vallco over here.
Yeah, we're really trying to be conscious about that.
Okay.
It doesn't always work, but when it does work, we really want to try and accommodate them. And directly behind this building is going to be the park,
Okay.
the
Is that
city
anything
park.
to see yet? Is it worth
No,
walking
there's
by?
nothing
Not yet.
there. It's
Okay.
just still being used as a construction thing. As you can see, that on
go
the
this way?
behind the fence
Yeah.
is the construction going on there.
Okay.
And behind that fence is the hotel.
All right.
The 180 room hotel
We
there.
can probably take a quick look.
Yeah, and then this is their 120 unit apartment, the
What
loft
is this
concept.
plant here?
This is I don't remember the name exactly. I can
Looks
get you
nice.
that
What is
information.
drought tolerant?
Drought tolerant
Yeah.
plants. All of our landscaping here are all drought tolerant and
Okay. So the general public will begin to have access to parts of this site in November, it sounds like.
yes.
When
we
that
have,
restaurant
we have,
opens.
we are working with the city to
Wow, that's
make
a hole.
that happen.
It's quite the hole, huh?
Yeah,
It's quite the hole in the ground.
It's a 2-level underground garage
Okay.
for the apartment.
Okay.
So that's what's going
So if I
on.
remember, we fully parked this project and then
Yes,
some, right?
correct.
We made sure that we had
That is correct.
fully compliant with our parking
Yep, yep.
ordinance, and that includes parking here, which is for the residents that will be here.
Residents.
Okay. All right. Wow. So when do you figure this comes online again?
2017 first quarter.
Okay, all right.
We have fenced all this construction area, and we have opened up access for pedestrian
Okay.
to connect to Vallco. So if when the center is open, if Apple employees or any public who wants to come into a restaurant or something, they can still walk or bike across along the sidewalk and come in.
Now I know there are folks that had concerns about the city saying, go ahead and do this project. And if I look at the property immediately next door that finally got built, there was rebar coming out of the ground for 3-4 years after it was entitled, right, in 2008 or thereabouts. The market dropped out. We did some things here, I think, that gave you incentive to get the project done so that we could get the retail and the restaurants going, right? So we said things about, okay, let's ensure that before we occupy office, we get the retail shell built.
That's correct.
We get the entitlements done, and we get the architecture done. You have a restaurant actually occupying, and then the office will open after that.
That's correct.
And all the rest of this is filling in over time. And
likely, Mr. Mayor, there will probably be 4 to 6 restaurants that will occupy prior to the office opening.
Nice. So there will be some real life here.
That is correct. The concept with which this project was approved is going to work the same way. That we are going to have retail open prior to having any of the other aspects of this project, mixed-use project.
So I know that was really important to residents. And the other thing I remember is we said build as much of it as you can in one phase.
And that's
we understood you needed some area for staging and construction to shrink down to, but in the end it seems like you really have gotten most of this up.
That is correct.
When does the Target Express building
Target
go?
Express is starting next week, the construction work, and it'll be done the first quarter of next year.
Wow, okay. All right. So most of the retail done.
All of the retail done except for that one.
Except for that one. We have a hotel coming in late 2016.
Yes.
We have
you could
residential coming early 2017. We have the park completing in
before those two are done.
Before those two are done. Okay. And by then we can expect this to be a lively hopping place.
Yes.
And we also know that the city made provision to have a number of public events here every year, right?
That's correct.
We can bring in bands and have activities for kids.
The city
adults.
has access to the town square certain number of times in a year that they could use it and stuff.
The other thing I remember people talking about is wanting a place where they could really have fun even at late night. And as I recall, some of these businesses are intending to stay open into the wee hours, right?
Exactly.
We don't really have much in Cupertino today.
That's correct.
Yeah, several of them, like Lazy Dog restaurant, they'll be open late.
How late is late, roughly?
1 a.m.
Nice. Okay.
1 a.m.
So I could actually maybe finish my council meeting
and come and
before 1 a.m. and get over here.
I don't know. That could be a stretch.
Depends, right?
That would be interesting.
The video crew knows that we don't always finish by 1 a.m. This week we did pretty good.
There you
got
go.
a lot done, but yeah, it could happen. Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be a really nice project once we open, and we'll invite all the city residents to come out. There'll be several mini grand openings celebrating the tenants as they open, and then we'll do a grand opening. We're trying to time that into the summer of 2016.
Lots of ribbons to cut.
Exactly.
Well, I know our residents are looking forward to it, and we know, honestly, that a lot of our residents have been going to some of those neighboring cities. So we're hoping to bring all of you who live in Sunnyvale and Santa Clara, Los Gatos, Mountain View back to our city and have some fun here. So if you're watching from other places on the peninsula, think about what this is going to be in just a very few months. I'm really delighted, and I really appreciate your taking the time to give us this tour today.
Thank you.
I'm glad you were able to do it. Thanks for your time.
So I'd remind you, if you did want to take a look at this project fully completed and you just can't wait for another few months, if you go to YouTube and search for Cupertino State of the City 2015, you will see a presentation about a quarter of the way in. You could see the full rendering of what this project will be, and we give you sort of an aerial tour of the place. But if not, for now, we're going to sign off, and thank you very much for tuning into this Periscope broadcast, and we'll be back soon with another program in or around our fair city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll sit down.